leave us to a broken dream. We'll give them time to mend. There's still a lot of love. Living in the promised land.
I feel like I mashed my eyes.
Living in the promised land. Our dreams are made of steel. The prayer of every man is to know how freedom feels. There's a winding road across the shifting sand, and room for everyone living in the promised land. So they came from a distant island, nameless woman, faithless child, like that.
See, I feel like both my college and high school libraries, I'm like really used to doing this all day.
Till there was no room at all, no place to run, no place to fall. We have no shoes to wear, no place to call our own, only this cross to bear.
Yeah, that way we always had the option of running legs.
Lend us a helping hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there no love anymore? Living in the promised land. Living in the promised land. Our dreams are made of steel. The prayer of every man is to know how freedom feels. There's a winding road across the shifting sand,
that I never went to
room for everyone.
and I failed that class, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. I never went to lab.
Room for everyone. Living in the promised land.
Two fans, how many times in this class?
Yeah, good for you.
Like for undergrad.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. How are you guys feeling? Woo! All right. I like that. I heard a woo. That makes me happy. All right. So, it is cold outside. You may have noticed, right? It's apparently going to get colder today, down to 14. So, that's always a good reason to wear a mask, cover your face, instead of being warm. But right now, university policy through January 31st is mandatory that we mask in all classes. I will tell you that prior to this class, I had about 20 emails from people saying, I will not be in the first day of class because I've tested positive for COVID. And so, you guys know that there's a surge going on. You know that it may affect you poorly, it may not affect you at all, it may affect you like a cold. It differs, right? But you're wearing a mask for the other people in the room, okay? Because each body is going to react differently. And so it may really hit the person next to you, whereas for you, with a bad cold. But that's why you're wearing a mask, okay? So it's university policy, and that's what we're doing. I like to start out with Willie Nelson because then my later music choices will not jar you as much. Better. Can you guys hear me? Up the volume? We'll just put it up closer. Is that better? A little bit? So, I'm Dr. Melody Huckabee-Rowlett. I have been at the University of Oklahoma since 1989. That's when I was a freshman. I got an undergraduate here. I went to law school here. I went away and I practiced law for a while. I went to security stands for a little bit. And then I came back and got a PhD. And then I went and taught at other universities. And then in 2013, I got to come back, which makes me super happy. Because I find the University of Oklahoma to be the happiest place on earth, and I love it here. I Bummer. Okay. So, this is something I love. I love teaching this class. I love being here. And I know that many of you don't. You didn't want to take this class. The only class that you're required to take at the university. Any ideas why? Why are we torturing you in this way? Students coming to college are at voting age. That's a great point. Which means what? Understanding what's happening would be useful, right? Okay? And that's actually the entire point. The idea was our state legislature many years ago in its infinite wisdom said, hey, we would like citizens to know something about the government that they are voting in, that they're electing people to. They want to know how it runs, right? And how to participate. That seems like a pretty good idea to me. So, the University of Oklahoma, that's our seal. You guys have seen it before, right? That's our motto, Chivi et Republicae. For the citizens and the state. Not only the mission of this class, the mission of this university. Create citizens so that we have a better state. And I take it really seriously. You don't have to like politics, and I know that many of you never will. And that's okay. But you need to know how to be a citizen, and that's a different thing. Okay? When we look at our democracy, we have some real positives. We have stable institutions, really stable institutions. We have tolerance of difference. And we value civic duty, giving back, participating, joining clubs. We protect protest. And we have very free speech. Compared to even most democracies in the world, our speech is more protected than any other place. And with the exception of once, in 250 years, we have peaceful transitions of power. We have negatives. A lot of people feel like government is unresponsive. And there's some statistics to back that up. But part of the problem too is as we talk about things like the state level and the local level and the federal level, is that people don't know where to go to get their questions asked. And so that's one of the things I want to show you, okay? We have racial tensions. Those have built and ebbed and built. We have public distrust of those very stable institutions that are working, but we distrust them. We distrust some religions. We have increasing poverty. And I'm not talking about increasing from 100 years ago. I'm talking about increasing during my lifetime. And I'm not 100 years old, contrary to popular belief. And then, on January 6, 2021, just a year ago, we had an attack on government, an insurrection. What's the difference between an insurrection and a riot? Okay, an insurrection is targeted, whereas a riot is more chaotic. That's a good answer. What else? What's the end? Specifically the government. So either stop a process of government or overthrow the government. Whereas a riot has its end of destruction, generally. Okay? Destruction of property, destruction of life, but not overthrowing the government. That's a difference. So I have something here. You guys can. Unfortunately, let me see if I can clear this. I don't know if I can. No, it won't allow it. I use the same poll, but this is a different set of slides, so I don't know why it's not. properly. But I asked my previous class, so don't worry, I'll let you guys answer those questions. Okay. What is democracy? One of the things I hate about using this particular function is, as you can see, it's full. And it only takes 100 responses. And so that's not what we'll use in this class. But I do like it, it's pretty. What do you guys think? Right? Word thought? One of the things, what is democracy? Government, people, democracy is democracy. This is kind of a tautology, but okay. I like that people bit though. When we think about what democracy is, ultimately it is that the majority of the people rule. And the way that we think about modern democracy is within a framework of law. We have some math and syllabi right over there. One of the things too, this is political science. We're a social science. We study processes, right? So many of you who don't like politics, one of my best friends actually from graduate school is a doctorate in political science and absolutely hates politics. You say, how is this possible? She really likes the processes. She likes studying the processes, okay? And this is part of that. We experience things, and you'll hear me say in this class probably 15 times. You can only solve the problems you see. And sometimes what that means is that you come from a different perspective than I do, and I never would have seen that as a problem. Right? I didn't know that was going on because I didn't do those things. I didn't walk down those streets. I didn't play those games. I didn't watch that show. Right? I didn't interact with those people. I didn't see that problem. You can only solve the problems you see. And so experience is valuable. But experience is what we perceive through our senses. Pure awareness or observation. Is experience sometimes misleading? Yes. Okay. So, for example, if an apparition were to wander through this hall, we would say, yes, we definitely saw a ghost. Now, was it actually a ghost? No, right? Okay? We're going to put it into context of what we understand. Okay? And that's that second part. Understanding is the knowing about things that's contained in explanations, interpretations, and logic. That's Ralph Waldo Emerson right there. That's poetry. It's a knowing about things. It's how to put those experiences into context. You can't experience everything. I can't experience everything. I can't know everything either. I've tried. But sometimes I get tired and I go to sleep. Right? But we can figure out how to put our experiences into context. So, I want you to meet the people who are going to help you do that. There's me, who you've already met. But then there are your fellows. We have Dennis. Dennis, I think you're over here. Dennis? Tell us a little bit about yourself in a booming voice, Dennis. Dennis is, I'll show you in the syllabus. There's a little bit more about him in the syllabus that you can read about. But he will be 2 of your sections, so about 50 of you will be in his class. All right, Ella?
Oh, cool. I'm Ella Taylor. I just started at OU as a master's student in the fall. So for many of you, this is your first semester or your second semester at OU. So I'm in the same kind of boat with you. I'm looking forward to a great semester. So the 50 people that are with me, we're gonna vibe.
Ella studies interesting things, and I think you'll enjoy her. All right, we have Connor, who's right next to Ella.
Hello, I am Connor. I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. I like direct democracy. Obviously, I like political science. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday.
All right, and Rashad.
Hi, my name is Rashid. I'm second year PhD student, and see you in the lab.
Simple and to the point, right?
Yes, right. And this is Eric, who's never so close to the point.
No, there's no such thing as simple and to the point. My name is Eric Tapia, one of the TAs here. This is my 6th semester taking this course, so hopefully I pass this semester. Yeah, it's terrible, terrible. But yeah, anyways, I sent out it.
All right.
That's enough. She cuts me off.
Okay, so here's some important first day things. All right, and we're gonna use the computer. And so if you have your computer with you, do open it up. It'll help you out a little bit, and go to your Canvas page. If you need a syllabus, right now would be the time to raise your hand. Raise your hand if you need a syllabus. There's one right there. You can, of course, always find it on the Canvas page, which I'm going to point you to in just a second. We're going to show you how to access your book and your homework, how to sign in for attendance at polls, the importance of going to your labs on Friday. I do want to say something really important here. Every semester, around November, I have a student who sends me an email and says, hey, so I didn't know there was a lab with this class. So right now, I want you to raise your hand if you do not know that there is a lab with this class. Okay, there's a lab with this class. Okay, it's on Friday, and one of those people I just introduced you to will be your fellow. Look at your enrollment, okay? See, easy. You have to go to it because it's worth a lot of points, and that's the person who grades things for you. And it's the difference between, you know, making a C and a B, or a D and a C, or a B and an A. That's important, right? How to use the workbook, which I'll have up on Canvas, how to write the papers, how to prepare for the tests, how we grade, okay? Because it's the same across all the sections, and then accommodations and other help. So let me get on Canvas and show you.
Find your TA on one.ou.edu.
This is very fun to look. And it was like 3 weeks, and I don't know what it was, but I told you every single class. It's almost as if it was like, oh, we have Christmas engagement. Yeah, it's a fair, of course.
Okay, if you go to Canvas, you'll have a dashboard. This is your class right here, kind of a teal flag, right? Now, right now, you may also have a lab section, but that will disappear. Do not freak out when it disappears. It's just being absorbed into the Borg of this class, okay? All right, so don't freak out. Everybody agree? All right. So I'm entering this class, and this is what the first page looks like. There's an Abraham Lincoln right there, sitting stone-like, so. If you look over on the left here, there's a place where you can go to find things. And we're going to start with the syllabus. So here's the syllabus. You have it in your hand right there. But if you look online, if there's something that we've made a mistake on, we'll correct it online and we'll let you know, okay? But also it's in color and it's really pretty. I spent a lot of time with that, so. There's important information up here in the top, specifically where we are, how to find me, what my email address is, okay? It's all right there, which means even if you lose your paper syllabus, it's still on Canvas under syllabus. You can reach me. You can also just send me a message through Canvas, okay? There's a course description here. Oh yeah, thanks. There's a course description here, but it also has required resources, and it has a Cengage Gear online text, or MindTap, all right? You've accessed this through Canvas. You've paid for this course. You've already bought the book. It's part of your course fees. Isn't that nice? Right? That's nice. Now, the Rowlett workbook, I wrote a workbook. We're only going to use 5 to 7 of the chapters out of it, which is less than half. And since I don't own the copyright, I just can't give it to you, but I can give you 5 to 7 chapters. They will all be on Canvas. You don't have to buy it. If you want to buy it, because you like to have that, then that's fine too, right? But you don't have to. And then you have to read either Killers of the Flower Moon or Invisible Man. Now, Killers of the Flower Moon is currently being filmed right now in Pawhuska, so that's exciting, yes. And a therapist who's an extra, right there, okay?
You actually told me that the first thing they tell you on text is not talk to okay. All right, so the book is obviously not out in movie form yet, so you have to read it, okay? You can get them all, either that book or Ralph Ellison, who's from Oklahoma City, Invisible Man is also an option. Either one of those books. They both deal with 2 key issues that I want you to write your paper about, which is stereotype and discrimination. Also, just the question of culture, okay? All these things are part of that. So you can read either book. I don't care which one you read, okay? As I said, there's my information up here, but your fellows' information is down here. Their office hours are there. I've modified them a little bit. For example, Ella gave me like 17,000 office hours where she will be available. I wrote 2 of them up there. She will let you know in your lab if she has more than that. But here's the key. This class is about being a citizen. But to me, you have to know the concepts. Yes, you do. You have to understand that there are processes that exist. But you also have to be able to think critically. Whenever I taught in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, I taught at the American University of Kyrgyzstan. And there were 2 schools that my students came out of. One came out of the Soviet school. This was in the 1990s. And one of them came out of a private school that had emerged. Both sets of students were excellent students. They were very smart. But the one from the Soviet school, they were taught to memorize, and they could not think. They could not make connections. And so whenever I asked a hypothetical question about Brasilia, which is a made-up, not Brazil, land, in an international law context question, from my 3 students from the Soviet school who sat in front of me while they did it, so they didn't copy it, they gave me a perfect encyclopedic description of Brazil. Brazil is a lush green land. Its major exports are this. The demographics look like this. But that wasn't the question. Knowing things is important. Knowing how to make connections between things is more important. Okay, scroll down to the next. Thank you. Most of our stuff is going to be on Canvas, which was where we are right now, and I'll show you that. And then just scroll down a little bit here to the grades. 5% of your grade is attendance in this class. And so I'm going to show you how I'll take attendance in just a minute. 10% is your mind tap assignments. That's that Cengage book. 5% is participation attendance in lab. 5% is the workbook. 15% are each of the papers. 15% are each. And then each exam is worth 15% as well. Okay? Makeup policy. If you have a university sanctioned event on Friday when something's due, then we'll have notice of that. You give us that notice and you're excused. However, when that is over, it's then due. So for example, if you have a baseball tournament that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you get back on Monday, then you need to turn the paper in. Okay? After that, it's every 3 days, it's going to be 10% off. Class format, you're here and you are on Fridays in lab. Good, all right. These are our accommodation policies. Please read them, they are important. One thing I'll say about academic integrity is this: don't cheat. It's stupid and it's lazy. Why do that? Why be lazy? And we catch you. And it's unpleasant. I don't like it. I have to have a talk to you. I have to like go to the administration. I really hate it. Don't do it, okay? Any other concerns? If there's sexual harassment, you need to tell us. We're reporters. Also, if you're active military, let me know so I can make sure if you're deployed. Here's us again. There's Dennis. There's Ella. There's Connor with his friend. There's Rashad. There's Eric. There's me. And then here, my COVID-19 policies. These are policies of the university. In addition to the fact that through the 31st, we must remain masked in class. You're strongly encouraged to get vaccinated. You're strongly encouraged to wear masks indoors. If you are ill, please go through the university to provide documentation of this. And you're encouraged to download the Healthy Together app so that you can snapshot, hey, look, it says to stay home, and then we'll know you're supposed to stay home, okay? But if you don't do it through the university, then the university doesn't know. Last semester, in September, I was missing, large sections of my class due to COVID. And the chair of my department reported that he had just been to a chair's meeting and was told by the university that only 3 active cases of COVID were on campus. I knew that wasn't true. You know that's not true. Use the Healthy Together app so the administration knows. Okay? This is the course outline. Monday, which we were not in class, was starting Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We're having the introduction today. You have labs on Friday, again, just a reminder, and your workbook chapter 1 is due at the time of lab, but upload it to Canvas, okay? And it's on Canvas. You don't have to buy it. You can buy it if you want to. But you can download it, you can write on it, you can take a picture, you can type it in, your answers, whatever, okay? Okay? Now, these grades will go in for the workbooks at the end of the semester. Okay, as long as your workbook is there on time and it's done, you will get full credit for it. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? If your workbook is done and uploaded on time, you will get what? Full credit for it, all right? So don't worry about it if your fellow has not graded it, okay? Because they're going to do it at the end of the semester. And you have to do at least 5 out of the 7 that you can turn in. Next week, we're going to talk about democracy a lot, and there's some readings on Canvas you should read, in particular, the Declaration of Independence and the letter from Birmingham jail by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. All right, and then some Federalist Papers. Let's go skip out of this and go over to modules. If you guys go to modules, you follow us, and you go to that very top module and you click on it, just like Eric is going to do right now. Eric's going to make it so I can't read my own computer. It's a problem. All right, so click on that top module where it says Start Here. And that takes you to this where it says, this will load, this is your book. Okay, what have I just clicked on? Your book. All right, so click on this. It's going to take you to, and go ahead and click on it and load it. This takes you to your book. And if you guys, you'll hit a registration page. I don't hit a registration page, but if you do it now, I can show you how to put the app on your phone right now too. So please just go ahead and do it. You've already paid for it. You don't have to pay anything, just register. Use your same email that you use for OU. You have to use the same email, okay? This is chapter 1, and if you look at chapter 1 and you scroll down a little bit, there's a reading right there, and you can also go over to the book and just do the book. If you download the app, you can put it on your phone, you can put on your earbuds and go running and listen to it, that's fine, right? But there are some quizzes. The big quiz is the chapter 1 quiz. It's 25 points, but if you go up a little bit, Eric, to learn it, Anything that has an orange dot, it counts towards grade. If it says practice, you don't have to do it. Okay? If it has an orange dot, it counts towards your grade. But you'll notice these are worth 3 points, 2 points, 2 points, whereas the quiz is worth 25 points. So these are due before class on Monday. Okay? Which means if it's 11:45, are you guys stuck? Okay, we'll talk in a second. If it's 11:45 and you haven't done it yet, and you're starting to panic, do the quiz first. It's always going to be worth the most points. Okay? Okay? All right. So that's that. That's your book is on there. The reading is on there. Eric, actually, we go up to the book on the right side. Australian. There's not a British option. Just go scroll down to. There, it's right there. Read that. That's a good idea. Just click up there at the top.
Opportunities, Political Science, Introduction, one of the most important.
It's all right. The point is you can change it, okay? You can listen to it at the speed you want to listen to it. You can have it so that it's audio instead of reading it, especially someone came up to me after last class and they said they had just had some eye surgery, and so staring at screens was a problem. Sometimes staring at screens is just a problem. So you can listen to it, okay? But this is a way to get that in.
Computers, they're a joint recipe paint, higher education and skills product.
You can go super fast if you want to. I prefer to go a little slower than that. Okay. Eric, if you'll go back to assignments. The modules have what's due each week, and you can just kind of in the readings for each week, but the assignments will help you too. The thesis for Killers or Invisible Man, whichever one you choose to read, is due February 4th. That's very soon. A thesis is a sentence. You upload it, you get 5 points. You make a 96 on your paper, you get 101 on your paper. That seems like a good idea. It's a sentence, right? Turn it in. This is the project itself. Here are the essays choices. You can choose any of these prompts for Killers or any of these prompts for Invisible. You have to have 3 academic or governmental sources. Okay? That means not Wikipedia. That means not .org. Okay? That means .gov. That means a journal. Okay? You can go to libraries, and also your lab leader will help you a little bit with that. Here's the rubric. That's exactly how we grade across every single one. They have, let me tell you why. Because they say show rubric, and then they hit the buttons. And then it tells you what you did. See? So you can read it in advance and make sure you do all the right things. Fair? Yeah.
On the syllabus, maybe print it out and then read your essay and be like, oh, did I answer this part of the rubric? Check or no check? Great way to know, because that's what we're doing.
Thanks, Eric. Okay, go back to assignments again. That's the first paper due. We also have a midterm exam coming up at the end of February. There's some extra credit there. But the midterm exam will be 30 multiple choice questions that you get from the Cengage homework, okay, mostly. But the place where the essay questions and some of the multiple choice questions come are from this class. In lecture, I will hand out questions. I will draw them from those questions. I will not draw them from the lecture randomly. I will draw them from the questions I actually give you in class. Okay? And then I usually tell you what the potential essays are anyway. I'm not saying I spoon feed this to you, but I'm saying I do hold a spoon. All right, I think I answered all those questions. Did I answer all those questions? All right, do I have any questions from you? Yes. The exams are, good question. They're actually online. They'll be on Canvas, through Canvas. You'll have 24 hours to finish them, but you'll have 24 hours to open it and do it, but you only have an hour to do it. So once you open it, you'll have 1 hour to do it. Yes?
Will they be open note?
Say it again?
Will they be open note?
They will. I'm not there. I mean, I would rather you know the material, right? I would rather you write the essay in advance and it was fantastic and you thought about it, right? I want you to know this stuff. I'm not trying to test you to trick you. I promise.
Do you want to go over and say like what exactly the format is for the questions that you'll be asked? Like you.
There'll be
on the
30
quiz?
multiple choice questions and 2 essay questions on every exam. Yeah. Cengage. Cengage, MindTap is just the name of the homework. I don't know why. It's just, that's what they call it. So. But it's Cengage, it's the gear book. All those things are saying gear, Cengage, MindTap, all the same thing. It's just the author of the book is John Gear. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Sorry, say it again. You should just be able, if you log in through Canvas, you should be already enrolled in the class. It should be connected. So once you've done that, there is one thing I forgot. Thank you, Eric. Once you have registered, you can go to your app store, your Apple store, your Google store, your whatever Play Store you have, and you can pull up, I don't know if you guys can see this, it's this little blue one with the white flower sort of thing, white star, blue with a star, blue with a star. Can you guys see it? Is my screen on? Blue with a star right there. Blue with a star, blue with a star. Download it. And when it comes up, register it with the same email you use and the same password that you use when you register, and then you'll be in this class. So I can look at it right now, and I can see if there's anybody who's registered. So let me see. This is 30. It's a little too soon. I'll wait. As soon as somebody gets one up, let me know, or gets it on their phone, let me know. But I will take attendance on Monday as a dry run, and I'll do a poll on Monday.